and Kingsley Road is where that the current cycle or current rotation signature is showing up as well. Now let me zoom out just a little bit again here. Where are we looking at here? Connor, do you have something to? Okay, Connor was standing up. I thought he might have had something to remind me. Again, if you are just joining us, we do have a tornado warning that is in effect for northern Bradford County and southwestern Tioga County. Let's actually, we'll just go back here and take a closer view. There is a look at that warning right now. We have a severe thunderstorm warning for northern Tompkins County and northern Cortland County. That is not impacting Shenango County. We'll keep a close eye on that for you. But again, the main thing we're focused on right now is that tornado warning that is showing up right southwest of Sayre, directly south of Wells, and of course south of Elmira. That storm is moving off to the north and to the east. So let's get another timing on this for you. Again, we've probably received an updated radar scan, so we're going to put this out here just over the next half an hour or so. And again, these times are estimated based on the current storm speed, as well as what we see here on radar. Could be near East Smithfield around 5:11, so we're sitting at, let's see what time we're at right now. We're at 5:01, so another 10 minutes again. Totem Park at 5:21, Sheshequin 5:22, Sayre just a little bit after that at 5:26 p.m. Guthrie Nursing Center, 5:28 p.m. Waverly around 5:28, as well as Litchfield just after 5:30. So if you're in any of these locations right now, I suggest you get into a safe spot, wait for this storm to pass, and once it does, then you can, of course, come out. But we're under the gun here for severe weather this afternoon. The entire area, northern tier of Pennsylvania, southern parts of Pennsylvania, and the entire southern tier, as well as up into central New York, are in an environment here today that is conducive to tornado development. We have that tornado watch in effect until 9 o'clock here tonight this evening. So what we're seeing fits with that tornado watch. Back to the west today, there have been, we've lost count of how many tornado warnings the NWS in Buffalo has issued, as well as now what Binghamton is starting to issue, because there has just been so much activity with this line of thunderstorms that is formed and will continue to move off to the north and east. So again, the latest on that storm, severe thunderstorm, as well as a tornado warning that includes southwestern Tioga County up into Waverly Sayre. So let me clear that out one more time here, and we'll take a closer view. But again, there's a look at that storm from the big picture, showing just southwest of Sayre. Now, come on, let's see if we can draw a little bit bigger picture here and show you the radar reflectivity again, pouring heavily up into Chemung, Waverly, Sayre, as well as over to Barton and Litchfield. Barton, you are in that tornado warning at the moment. That includes over to Chemung, as I mentioned, not quite over to Nichols with the tornado warning. Nichols, you're in that severe thunderstorm warning, but it's the tornado warning that we're watching right there, and that radar hook certainly is an ominous sign here on radar. I'm going to slide over and see if I can pick up again another sign of rotation here on this particular cell, but it is definitely showing signs of rotating at both the low levels and in the mid levels of the atmosphere. And as I've mentioned, the environment is completely conducive to producing, tornadic thunderstorms here this afternoon. And all we need to see there is just that hook. If there is a tornado on the ground, it is going to be located right at the tip of that hook echo. So we're talking about, I don't think I have a draw on there, but there's it would be located right in this vicinity. Okay, so we did you saw that update there. We do have an update. Connor, is there a draw feature? Can you reach on the tool board there? I don't know if you can see it from the on air, but maybe we can draw there. If we can't, it's not a big deal. I've got my finger on what we're looking at. But again, that hook echo right there means that the wind is circulating around this particular thunderstorm, and it is, again, rotating at the surface and in the low and mid levels of the atmosphere. That's why we have that tornado. There it is. Thank you. So what we're looking at is, let me zoom in just even a little bit more, and you kind of get a big picture. But we're looking at that severe thunderstorm warning south of Chemung, heading up to places like Waverly, Sayre, Sheshequin, Litchfield. You're also in that tornado warning. and Barton, you're also in that tornado warning. So again, let's come in just a little closer and take a look at that and look at street level, essentially. There's the hook. Again, if there's a tornado on the ground, it's going to be right in this general area from Simcoe Road over to Big Pond Road, over to Little York Road. And it takes a few minutes for this radar scan to update. Remember, this storm isn't sitting here waiting for its picture to be taken. It's moving off to the north and east around 30 miles an hour. So this picture is a few minutes old already. That's why that storm is likely somewhere in the area of Sodom Road, Berwick Turnpike, Little York Road as well. Again, because it is moving off to the north and to the west. So as we zoom down just a little bit there, yeah, so Berwick Turnpike, also over to Wilcox Road, Little York Road, Dubert Road there. You folks are all right now in the path of a supercell thunderstorm that has the potential to produce a tornado, as it is tornado warned at the moment here, moving off to the north and to the east around 30 to 35 miles an hour. So we're going to zoom out just a little bit here and take another look around, give you a broad picture. If you're just joining us, which you may be, we are going to be on air for the duration of this warning. It goes until, I'm pretty sure it's still till 5:30 here. Let me just double check. Yeah, Connor said it is until 5:30. So we're going to at least be on air through 5:30 watching this particular storm. Now, if it becomes evident that this is not going to produce a tornado, we will, of course, then get into 12 News, as we're right now in the 5 o'clock news slot. But in the meantime, we're watching this storm very carefully, moving off to the north and to the east, right through northern there. Okay, so we did just get an update. You'll notice it is still exhibiting that hook signature. Again, if there is a tornado on the ground, it is going to be right in that general area of circulation, again, on that supercell. So we're coming in even closer. We're going to take a street level view here and show you. If you're on right now, Berwick Turnpike, up to Sodom Road, Big Pond Road, Dubert Road, that's where that potential tornado is located at this moment. Again, over to Chapel Road, Locust Road, Wilcox Road, and I think we might even be able to come in just even a little bit closer here to see if we can get into some other roads there to help you folks if you're in that area. Yeah, so Cold Iron Road, Doug Road, High Road, Berwick Turnpike, I can't stress that enough, as well as over to Wilcox, as I've mentioned there. But these areas right now, that tornado-warned storm is moving off to the north and to the east and is headed in your direction. So what should you do? You should get into a safe spot. You need to get into an interior room. If you do have a basement, get into a basement. Again, revisiting, what is a tornado warning? I'm still amazed at the amount of people that always confuse watches and warnings. Warnings mean that it is happening right now or that it is about to happen, meaning imminent. A watch means it's possible that the conditions, the ingredients, so to speak, if those are there, we could have a watch. Well, right now, we have a tornado warning. So that means that the radar has seen rotation. As we've showed you, it's got that hook echo on it, and it's also got a little bit of a velocity signature with it in the way the rain is moving around that supercell thunderstorm makes it a supercell, and obviously the tag of a tornado warning. So again, revisiting some tornado safety. Vehicles are not safe. Those can be, regardless of how strong or weak a tornado is, those can be tossed around like toys. The windows can shatter. They're not a safe location. If you're outside, you might have heard it when you get into a ditch. You just watch out for, heavy rain that might be filling that ditch. Obviously, if it's filled with water, you don't want to be in it. But you get the idea. Avoid mobile homes. They're just not safe. There's just not much to them. And the walls are very thin, and they can be easily punctured by debris, by blowing debris, by the winds themselves. It can take the roof off and just destroy a mobile home. So keep in mind, but get in the basement, and if no basement is available, get into the lowest level of your home or your office until this tornado warning passes. And again, we're talking about northern Tioga County, or northern Bradford County, and it's almost coming into, you see it clips southeastern Chemung as well as southwestern Tioga County. But again, it's raining very heavily in places like Sayre. You've still got a little bit of time to move into a safe location with this. Let me see if I can loop this. I don't know how long of a loop is actually on there. Connor, can you press that loop there and see if that is indeed the case? If it'll loop here for us, and you can get a general motion on it. There we go. So maybe thank you for taking down that lower third as well. I appreciate that. But there's a look at that hook echo as it's moving directly, almost right in the center of that polygon, very well drawn by the National Weather Service, moving essentially right over toward Waverly Sayre right now, right near Chemung, as well as Barton. So that storm is coming. It still continues to show that hook, meaning it could very well be producing a tornado at this moment. So let's see if we can go back to now, and we'll go into, because I've got that, Connor. I was able to do that. So let's go in street level again here. And talk about where this storm is going. Again, a tornado warning for northwestern Bradford County, places like the Berwick Turnpike. It's crossed over the turnpike right now. Sodom Road it's coming into, up towards, if you're over on Weaver Road, maybe Mile Lane Road, Centerville Road, you're under that supercell right now. The dangerous part of this storm right now would be at the hook. We're at the tip of that hook. So we're talking Sodom Road over toward the Berwick Turnpike. Again, we're going to come in even a little bit closer here. Yeah, thank you, Connor. Where he's circling there is where any sort of tornado or circulation would be occurring. Again, let's come in just even a little bit closer here, and we can maybe give you a couple of more streets that are in the path of this. And here we go. So we're looking at places like Myers Road, Ridgeberry Road. This is all in northern Bradford County. Murray Creek Road, Gameland Road. I'm not sure what road that is coming down there. I can actually check over here on my my other radar program. Let's see if we can get, that looks like Far Road, State Route 4020, Town Line, I guess it's Town Road 821, Township Road, I should say, State Route 4018 as well as in the path. Let's see if there's another road, Black Bear Lane and Woodland Pines Drive. You may be seeing very gusty winds right now as this storm is moving closer to you. I'm looking at the velocity signatures again. Actually, that's what we'll do, is we'll go back and see if we can actually take a look at the storm relative velocity and show you and see how it's doing. So again, this treats the storm as if it's standing still. Greens are toward the radar. Red is, oh, look at that. We just got a brand new scan. So we're still seeing a little bit of rotation here. Now, I would like to see this a little bit tighter, a little bit closer together to really say that this is a tornado, but it's never really 100%. So we're looking at rotation from about Bluebird Road to Gameland Road up to Murray Creek Road. It's a broad circulation right there. Yep, Connor's, he's got that drawn for us over to Walcott Hollow Road, Sunnyfield Drive, Chamberlain Road as well. That's where we're seeing the circulation with this particular storm. So again, I'm going to check something out here quickly and see if we have any sort of radar issues here. I'm not seeing anything. That looks pretty good. Let's check out that velocity one more time. It's still looking, yeah, it's very broadly circulating, but it is there nonetheless. That tornado warning remains in effect for another 20 minutes until 5:30. It is now, we're sitting at, what time are we at? We're at 5:14, so another 16 minutes or something. Connor, do you have an update or something?
No, the update the National Weather Service was just that they still kept the warning up. It's moving a bit slower now. Northeast around 30 miles an hour, slowed down a bit from 35.
Okay.
Still saying timing-wise, still exactly the same, just moving a bit slower at the northeast.
Okay, but no, we don't have any reports or anything right now.
No confirmation as of now, but of course, if we get them in, we'll let you know.
Yeah, and that's exactly what we're here for. Is we're, and if you are watching from northern Pennsylvania, if you do experience any sort of wind damage, or if you have video, we would love to see it. You can send it to us. If you don't have it, download the WBNG Storm Track 12 weather app. There's a connect with us button right at the bottom. You can send us videos or photos. And when we get those videos and photos, it gives us a kind of a ground truth. There's nothing more true than ground truth from you at home. If you see a system like this, we can see its signature on radar, but nothing beats being on the ground and having eyes on this particular storm. So if you're in that area, if you've had some damage or you've seen or heard of some wind damage, tornado or not, we would love to hear about it, because what we can do then is work together with the National Weather Service and pass those video or pass that information out to them, and then they're able to take a look at it and decide whether or not they need to do any sort of a survey or anything like that. But so let's come back out here. We'll take a broader look at what we're seeing right now. So again, this storm right now is just south of Waverly Sayre. That radar couplet is not very well organized. It does look kind of messy and noisy. So again, we don't have any ground truth that there is a tornado on the ground, but we still want to treat this storm with all the respect that it deserves, because it is a tornado warning again for northern Bradford County, including the valley up to Barton as well. That storm is moving off to the north and east, as we mentioned. The storm polygon was updated. It went to 30 miles an hour. So I think that's what we still have our cone at. So we'll take another time this out for us. Again, if you're anywhere in the path of this storm, I would suggest considering getting into your safe spot, because again, it could possibly produce a tornado at any point there. Could we take that banner down? Just thank you. We would be able to time this out. So there it is. The new timings would be near Athens around 5:22. So you've got about 5 minutes or so. Hopefully you've been watching and you're already in your safe spot, just to be safe. Again, it never hurts to be proactive and safe. Near Robert Packer Hospital around 5:24. Sayre around the same time, 5:24. We're near Ellistown around 5:29, on up into Litchfield around 5:30. These times, again, are estimated based on the current storm shape and storm motion. 5:33 in Barton, crossing over into Smithborough around 5:36. Nichols around 5:37, and Nichols Elementary School around 5:37. So that will just be after after this current warning is allowed to expire. So again, it's a tornado warning. I'm not seeing any, definite red flags that there is a tornado on the ground. But again, it is a warning. We're in an environment that is supportive of supercells that can produce tornadoes. And we're being cautious here this afternoon, because we are seeing a setup here today in terms of the atmospheric wind field, the instability parameters that are in place right now are set up such that we don't see them more than maybe once or twice every 5 to 10 years. So that is why we're really concerned here this afternoon and this early evening, just by what we're seeing in terms of dynamics and how the wind is actually blowing in the atmosphere. And if you haven't been outside, or if you have been outside today, you know it is extremely muggy, and all of that mugginess is fuel for these thunderstorms. So kind of resetting here, we're looking at a tornado warning that is in effect for northern Bradford County, also in effect for southwestern Tioga County. Connor, did they put a tornado warning in effect for extreme northwestern Shenango County?
As of now, no, but I'm watching that cell carefully, because right now through Cortland, it does look like it has minor rotation, but as of now, No
Okay.
issuances.
They're
of
not
anything
actually
besides
because it
besides
looks
the
like
severe thunderstorm.
it looks like that polygon might be kissing the northwest corner.
Yeah,
but
that
if
right
it's not
now,
in,
that's in mainly Oneida County. Oneida and Cortland.
okay, so that is not Shenango County is not currently in that. We're watching that. Connor has mentioned he's watching that cell off camera very carefully. But we do have a tornado warning in effect until 5:30. I don't know why our timestamp still says 5 o'clock. I'll have to adjust that somehow. But we're now sitting at we're at 5:19, and this storm is coming into Waverly-Sayre. As we speak. If there is any rotation with this storm, it is coming right into the valley or about to come into the valley here momentarily. So let's take a look at that velocity once again, coming in very closely. Oh, no, where's my box zoom? There it is. We're coming in just right to the south of Sayre. It's coming into the valley. So you see, there is definitely some rotation there. The brighter these colors, the brighter or the hotter the pink or the brighter the green. You look at the legend up here. When they're close together like that, darker colors means relatively small rotation or not very strong rotation. But as you move to the further ends of those, the lighter colors, the light pink and the light green, those are faster speeds. And when you start talking about rapid rotations, you're talking about an extremely strong mesocyclone or supercell, and that's not what we're seeing here right now. However, we are still looking at a tornado-warned storm. It is a supercell. Right now, the rotation is essentially between Mile Lane Road and, over. Okay, we just got another radar scan update. That's the benefit of following us here on WBNG is we get those real-time updates, and that's helps us let you know exactly the latest on where this storm is located. So, Bobcat Road. This is just west of 199, where that potential circulation would be located inside that tornado warning. So we're going to come in even a little bit closer now and talk about some specific town or some specific roads. We're coming in street level essentially. Bobcat Road, Weaver Road, Highland Drive Road. You're seeing Braddock Road most likely where that rotation is currently located. Yep, exactly where Connor's drawing that. But as you move into the valley, you're looking at a lot more population in that area. So now is not the time to go outside and check this out. We don't want you doing that. Because these storms are dangerous. Again, it's a tornado warning. It may not have a tornado right now, but it is showing signs on radar of rotation, and tornadoes can form extremely quickly. And last thing we want you to do is be outside taking a picture or checking on it and then have that tornado spin up and then catch you outside and something happen to you. We don't want that to happen. So treat this storm with respect. When it passes, if you want to go outside and check things out, that's okay. But what we're looking at right now is the circulation about to come right into Athens right now. It's likely going to miss based on the latest scan. The center of that circulation will likely miss West Athens there as 199 comes off, veers off to the west there or to the southwest. But again, right in Athens is where this storm is headed to, south of Meadowlark Drive, right over Bobcat Road, Weaver Road, and again, right into the village. So, Connor, do you have an update?
No, nothing. Yeah, we still got about 7 minutes until the warning is expired, but nothing new as of now.
Okay, yeah, so, I mean, we're looking at, this is, it's quite disorganized. Let me see, box zoom out, that's what I want here. It is still a dangerous storm, obviously, but what I would like to see is I would like to see this much more finely tuned, and I'm just not seeing that right now. Let me check something else here on on another radar program that I use. Connor, can you quickly take the radar beam and shoot it up maybe to 1 degree? It should be sitting at ½ degree right now. Send it up just a bit. What we're going to try to do here is change the elevation scan that we're looking at. Is that half or is that 1?
This is 1.
Okay, so here what we're doing is we're looking at the radar beam as it goes out. It goes out from the Weather Service at an angle, and then they can change the angle. It goes out at a higher angle, and at a higher angle, and a higher angle. And what that's doing is seeing it's slicing the storm, essentially. So what we've done here is we've sliced the storm just a little bit higher than the lowest radar scan. So we're looking at a radar beam right there on that scan that is approximately 3,000 feet or so above ground, and that's a slightly better signature in terms of where that circulation is currently located. So we're going to come in again just a little bit closer. You're just joining us. Tornado warning for northern Bradford County coming into Waverly Sayre, coming into Sayre right now, Athens, excuse me, Elmira Street, West Pine Street, over to Wilkinson Lane, South Lehigh Ave, North Lehigh Ave, West Lockhart Street. If you're in that vicinity, I ask you to please get into a safe spot because this storm is coming on top of you as we speak. Again, by the time we get the next radar scan coming in here, it will likely cross over Route 199 coming south there, and it will be headed then that way. It'll be headed up to the north and to the east of Athens and Sayre as well. So that little bit of see how those reds and greens are they're a little bit closer together. But again, remember, this scan is a little bit higher in the atmosphere as well. So that's, it just tells us that this storm is still well organized. It's still in an environment overall that is supportive of producing a tornado. But again, we just haven't had any sort of confirmation from the Weather Service or any viewers that something has occurred there. We're going to zoom out here just a second and come back in and take again a broader scan as to what we're looking at. I think that's gonna. Yeah, I wanted to zoom out, not box zoom, and I apologize for that. Go ahead. Well, I guess as long as we're in close like this, we'll take a look at, again, Clinton Street, Bressler Street, Elmira Street, West Pine Street. You're probably seeing some very heavy rain right now, maybe some very strong winds. That's right near Athens High School. Over to North River Street, South Lehigh, into Sayre, Cove Street as well. Pretty populated area that this storm, this tornado-warned storm, is coming into as we speak. But yeah, those bright pixels right together there. Again, it's around 3,500 feet or so up in the atmosphere at that point. Let me just double check here. It's about 3,200 feet up in the atmosphere. It is showing us that this storm is still well organized and it is still spinning. Let's go, come back out here. We're going to zoom out just a little bit again and kind of reset as to where we're at right now. Keep going back. Okay, so here's the overall setup. This is really the only storm that we are currently watching in our immediate viewing area. It does contain a tornado warning inside of a severe thunderstorm warning as well, south of Sayre. Again, right on 196 there. It's moving off to the north and to the east. This does not include Owego or Appalachian right now. This storm, again, it's tornado warned until 5:30, which is, again, another, what are we looking at? Another 2 or 3 minutes. So we'll wait to see whether or not the National Weather Service extends this up into places like Owego and Appalachian. But as of right now, if you're in those locations, it would not be a bad idea to prepare as if this storm was headed your way, because it is still showing a little bit of a hook echo there, and it could still very well be looking at potentially producing a tornado. So again, we're waiting here just a moment or so. But as far as what we're looking at, let's take a zoom out here, and we'll show you the overall picture, kind of get into a brief forecast. What we've been seeing all day long this afternoon has been a line of thunderstorms that developed into western New York, and they're moving east, 30 to 40 miles an hour, depending. And there have been so many tornado warnings today out of the National Weather Service in Buffalo, and even the National Weather Service in Binghamton has produced a lot of tornado warning polygons here today. Again, all along this line. This is going to be our best chance at seeing wind damage, at seeing maybe a tornado or several tornadoes. It is entirely possible. It's extremely unstable outside that we could possibly see another tornado warning somewhere else along this line as the atmosphere is, just waiting for something to develop and then tap into the strong winds aloft and the extremely muggy conditions to produce blinding downpours, maybe some hail, and of course, even a tornado. But again, we have flash flood warnings and severe thunderstorm warnings up north of Syracuse, back toward Cortland. And the only tornado warning right now in our area is right now through northern Bradford, southwestern Tioga, and extreme southeastern Chemung County. Again, that's in effect right now for, it should be another moment or so. It's almost coming in on 5:30. So we'll see as to whether or not this is going to be extended by the National Weather Service. And if it does, then we're going to continue to keep a close eye on it, because if it's still showing signs of rotating, at any point, it could possibly cause a tornado or spawn a tornado, essentially without warning. So we want to stay on top of this storm. And again, if you're in the path of it, we want you to be aware of it, first of all, and then we want you to be able to take protective measures to protect yourself, to protect your family in the event that this storm is tornadic. And it is coming right now into Sayre. It's pouring in Waverly. Also, that rain extends up into Tioga, Owego, Barton, Nichols as well. Any update there, Connor? We're still waiting. Oh, they did just expire.
So
There
it
it
looks
is.
like
So,
for now we're good.
yeah, so it's 5:30 right now. I think what we'll do is I will, okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to toss to break, and then we're going to come back from break. It will resume. We'll begin our 5:30 newscast, and we'll, of course, continue to keep a very close eye on storms as they fire here this evening.